Hi, this is Lisa with something else to put in your toolbox with Helping and Healing Ministries. You can find more videos and downloads at miracleofdeliverance.com/helping ministries. Today will be a fairly short video. I want to talk to you about the importance of writing down the vision and giving thanks. There is a handout called Truth Focused Declarations and Praise that you can get on the website and probably in the description of this video. As you're going through the process of healing, restoration, freedom, the Lord is going to be giving some truths and doing some wonderful things. If you remember the scripture where the seed is sown and some of the seed, like the birds came and picked it up or it got caught among the thorns, we want to make sure that everything God is doing gets captured and that we don't forget it. Particularly if someone is in a difficult marriage, it can get really easy for what's wrong to be prevalent and more noticeable and ignore the things God is doing. So this worksheet, there are 3 things the person you're praying for should record. The first thing is positive changes in your thinking and behavior. For example, if a man would come in and throw his things down and demand not to be spoken to, was kind of rude to his family, and he was changing that, he could write that down, that when he entered the household, there was peace. One of the things that I noted was that when my husband said something negative, like, Lisa, I wish you wouldn't make this dish anymore. I mean, that's pretty simple, but that would hurt my feelings. I noticed that as I started getting healed, that he could say things he didn't like, and it was safe for him to do that with me without me getting angry and all cray-cray. The second thing is write down any healing that takes place. For 2 reasons. One is when the enemy comes back and says you weren't healed, or God's not done anything, or this isn't working, or the myriad of accusations that he makes, you can say, you know what? Sorry about that, but I remember that God healed me of this. It can be an emotional healing, a physical healing, a wounding of the heart, but you're going to want to write that down. The second reason to write it down is this is going to become a praise list. When you think, God, I don't know what to pray, or I just want to praise you today, bring this list out and say, God, I forgot that you did this, but this was wonderful. Don't let any of your seed go into the enemy's hands. You're going to grab it all up. And then the third thing is, this is most important, any truth that the Lord shows to you. Now, I'm of the opinion that anything God says is super important. So if he speaks the truth to someone, have them write it down. They're going to need that. Now, that could include pictures he shows them, visions, personal words, a scripture that just comes out and ministers to them. Write that down. Now, I believe in the gifts of the Spirit, in words of knowledge. And so I have learned that oftentimes when I get a word of knowledge, it's not so that God's like, whoopity weepity doo, here's this for you for no reason. Most of the time, it's something I'm going to have to hang on to. So if someone gives me a word that says, Lisa, you're going to be financially blessed, you know what I'm thinking? There's going to be an opportunity for maybe some issues coming up where I'm going to say, you know what? The tires may have gone out. The air conditioner may have gone out or whatever, but I received a word. I'm going to be financially blessed. So I'm going to lean into that. The same thing goes for people that are getting ministry. I remember ministering to a single woman, actually, and who believed she was ugly, she was suicidal. It was not a good thing. And so we asked the Lord to give her the truth. And when he did that, she said, and she went, I can't believe this. She saw herself in this field, dressed in this beautiful garment, and that the Lord had weaved this flower around her. There was lots of flowers. Come to find out, she loved flowers. And it was such a sweet display of his love. When she began to go through difficult times and have some challenges in her identity, I said, lean into that picture, write down the details of it so it doesn't get stolen away. Another vision a woman had was she only saw her husband as the way he was behaving in this difficult situation. And when the Lord gave her the truth of how he saw this man, it softened her heart and she had compassion on him. So we write that down, because when she would get frustrated at him and feel like he wasn't doing the work, he wasn't whatever, she could look and say, oh, but this is how God sees him. So write down the truth. Any personal words that come up, write those down. This is one of the most important things you can do. Now, if you look at scripture, many times the Lord would say, do this for a memorial. In the Old Testament, they would put stones up. They would make things to memorialize the things that God had done. Now, I want to show you a couple of scriptures. We give thanks to you, O God. We give thanks for your wondrous works. Declare that your name is near. Psalm 75:1. First of all, it's important to praise because it will ward off the spirit of heaviness. Secondly, it's important to praise. Well, the Lord deserves our praise. But when you're in the middle of a battle, it is really easy to get focused on the skirmish, focused on the wounds. This practice of giving thanks is a part of warfare that will help you to win. And then the other scripture that we need to memorize, if it's not already memorized, is Jesus said to those Jews who believed him, if you abide in my word, you are my disciples indeed, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So this paper is a paper of truth that will help set people free. Oftentimes, when they're going through the skirmishes, it is very easy to, if you don't have the truth hidden in your heart, to lean into this will never get better. You're wasting your time. You're tired. Give up. No one, there's no support. I don't know if God will do this. All of those lies, all of those accusations, go back to your truth form and begin to declare that. That's all I have for today. This sheet will be invaluable so that you don't lose any ground and that every victory is memorialized and that the Lord gets the thanks that he deserves for doing this beautiful work he will do in those who trust in him.